Thank you. A judge has sentenced a Sioux City man labeled a career criminal by prosecutors to 30 years in prison for two separate crime sprees in 2020. KTIV's Matt Hoffman was in court today. He joins me in studio. So, Matt, what do prosecutors believe this career criminal did?
Yeah, sure, Matt. First, the man is Frank Rising, and he's now convicted of multiple felony counts. He was actually sentenced as what's known as a habitual offender. Rising admits he broke into Rooster's Harley-Davidson, that's here in Sioux City, hot-wired a semi-truck, and even cut power lines to the dealership during his crimes.
They cannot see him breaking into the Rooster's Harley-Davidson, but it's more than that, because in addition to hot-wiring the semi and side dump, he actually cuts down utility poles that knock out the power.
That's County Attorney James Loomis describing one crime spree from Frank Rising. Rising entered a guilty plea to several felonies Wednesday and was sentenced by Judge Jeffrey Neary to 30 years in prison. The judge says Rising must serve at least 6 years before he's eligible for parole.
I thought it should be more. I thought 45 years was more appropriate. And at the end of the day, the reason that I asked for 45 years is because I think he belongs in prison for the rest of his life.
Rising's spree ended at the motorcycle dealership and included stealing the tractor trailer, another enclosed trailer, and a pickup truck, according to Loomis and discussions in court. That was during the July 4th holiday back in 2020. But things did not end there. Rising went on another spree in September of 2020.
In September, again, went to Sioux City Value Lot, the Ford, stole another truck there, went back to Mark's trailer, stole another trailer there, stole a car inside the trailer, ended up stealing an ATV from Bach BMW, and then stole a motorcycle from a civilian here in Woodbury County.
Defense attorneys asked for the judge to consider Rising's age, he's in his 60s, and to consider that, quote, where punishment ends, rehabilitation begins. The judge said he doesn't often sentence defendants to prison for property crimes, but he said Rising had led a life of crime. And he said the only place for Rising was, quote, in prison. Sioux City police actually tracked down Rising because of yet another incident. Police in Arizona found Rising in possession of a stolen car that was taken from right here in Sioux City. From there, detectives were able to start to piece the case together. Matt?
Matt Hoffman in studio. Matt, thank you.